Look at this, 44 sold-out nights. But then you look at like a Taylor Swift, whatever. How many shows is she doing? She's like 800,000 shows in 1 year.
She's been to break every record on earth. It's been the funnest thing to watch.
And what she's doing, but you're providing the same thing. Taylor Swift is doing these shows that are just like visually stunning. Every move she makes on stage is an Instagram moment. Everything she says is just perfectly placed. Your show makes you feel the same, but it seems like it's the opposite. I'm sure there's a lot of planning going into shows. You have a set list, but it looks like you guys are just up there like just do. What do you want to do next? All right, let's do that song.
It's pretty close, man. We're just jamming, dude. We're doing. I left a lot of room in my set open for that, like for the feeling of the room. You know what I mean? Because I feel like music's supposed to meet people where the room is, and we're also like. I don't know why I've always been this way, but I feel like it sounds a little better when it's a little sloppy. Right?
It's normal. It's organic.
Yeah, it's like there's this like supernatural thing, which I love what Taylor does too. I am a Swiftie, for the record.
There you go.
Just go on the record. First time I've ever talked about this publicly. Somebody clip it and send it to Taylor. I love her. She's from Hendersonville, Tennessee, and we never met, but we're like neighbors. But our stuff's just like a little more sloppy in general, and that's just I don't know. It's Bob Seger's another Bob Seger quote. He had two of my favorite quotes in music. He said that one, just search for songs you can sing with conviction. That's quote is on my studio wall now.
Songs you can sing with conviction.
Yep, just that easy. Like, what the most easy way to think of it? Like, just search for songs that you can sing with conviction. And he said, man, it was something different about the Silver Bullet Band because they played just a little sloppier. He was like, it's just something that made it feel more, like when he talked about what he thought his best records were. He's like, anytime I did something with the Silver Bullet Band, it was just a little more grit, a little more slop to it,
Is that just a known thing on the stage with your band, or do you ever have to stop down and go, hey, can you slop this up?
No. I have to unslop them. Yeah. I have to catch them backstage before the show. Like somebody hide the tequila for another hour. You know what I'm saying? Because these guys will go.
Gosh, you guys seem like you run it high and hard. I mean, after 44 sold out shows, are you going to be ready for?
We'll do good. We'll sleep. I'll get some rest. But I also, man, I'm telling you, dude, I drank probably 2 nights this whole tour. Now the band, those degenerates.
Now that you've been out on the road, what have you learned about anything, the fans, the music, the traveling, whatever, that is kind of a surprise to you? Maybe a tough question to answer without thinking about it for a minute. Like there's got to be a learning journey going on for you.
Well, I'm surprised still at how many people know me outside of the show. Like this whole thing to me, Elvis, is still, I don't understand it yet. Like we still pulled up to, like, I left my show the other day to go to like a marijuana store in Maine. And on the way back, I had a moment where I was like, man, is traffic always this bad here on a Tuesday? And it was my concert traffic. And we were waiting on the police escort to come get us out.
You were the
traffic.
problem.
I was the problem.
Yeah, you were the fender bender.
Yeah, I was like, this isn't like, I still don't get that. That's what's surprising me the most. This is all awesome, but just I didn't expect it. I don't know what I thought. Even when you look at the ticket sale numbers, you're like, man, this is a lot of humans. This is a lot of souls and stories coming into this show tonight. But until you see them, and when you see them in the arena, it's one thing. But when you see them in the parking lot tailgating and partying, or you know what I mean, like you see the city's hotels selling out, you're like, I couldn't imagine what Taylor Swift feels like, dude. I mean, you talk about her, dude, she shakes the entire city's economy.
Oh, no, they show up on the Richter scale. They literally did one night.
God, I pray for that day.
You want to shake the earth?
And you got to think, my fan base physically, her fan base is 10 times the size of mine with people, but my fan base physically is twice the size of her fan base. So could you imagine?
Are you talking about like the weight?
Yeah, like physically, right? You know what I mean? Like a lot more adults. You know what I'm saying?
I gotcha.
Could you imagine the damage we would cause the MetLife Stadium if we ever got there?
Did you play a lot of like roadhouses?
Oh,
did you ever play a show where you see in the movies where they put a chicken wire up in front?
Yes, I played one of those.
Okay, tell everyone where I was going with that, because some people may not understand what I was. Chicken wire in front of the stage.
This is a real thing. They put up chicken wire.
Right.
And I asked them the first time I got to play one. I said, why don't y'all why chicken wire? They said because when people were throwing the beer bottles and they were hitting like regular fencing, it would still crack and go through. They were like, the chicken wire just kills everything. So these guys, I mean, because these bars were literally rowdy enough that you got behind the chicken wire because they'd start throwing stuff. I've had the most fascinating time, Elvis, watching all these artists get stuff thrown at them on TikTok.
Right.
And I'm just tickled because I'm like, oh, these people never played a bar. Like, if you're like, you don't know, I don't know what it's like not to have stuff thrown at me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've only played, to this day, people throw bras or pot. I get lots of pot.
Right.
I mean, like Cypress Hill amounts of pot thrown on the stage. It's like, I've been getting stuff thrown at me I played the Gathering of the Juggalos. Somebody shot a bottle rocket at me once. A bottle rocket.
A live bottle rocket.
Yes. Me
See,
and
that
Yellow
can,
Wolf.
That can get through chicken wire.
This is true. That can get through chicken wire. But yeah, I played a spot in Lewisburg, Tennessee that had chicken wire at it. I'll never forget. I played a lot of places that had big fences or just big, them old just scary bars, dude.
But yeah, I would think that if you're playing a roadhouse and they're throwing Lone Star beer bottles at you, you are getting hit with the liquid, the beer, the backwash.
Oh, yeah.
That could be like success. They love me. They're all getting messed up out there. They're loving the show.
Oh, yeah. It was like the first time I played the Gathering, they shot me with Faygo. And I didn't understand that was how they endeared you. Like, if they sprayed Faygo at you, if they sprayed pee at you, they didn't like you.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, it was that dramatic of a difference. Faygo, thumbs up. Piss, thumbs down.
How do they throw pee?
Oh, dude.
They pee in a bottle and throw it?
Yes, and then it's crazy. I seen a girl get hit with a bottle of pee at the Gathering one time. Her name was Tila Tequila. It was Tila Tequila.
Oh, we know Tila. We
Yes.
heard of her, absolutely.
Yeah, I was there when that happened, the famous Gathering incident. It was crazy, dude.
So if you get hit with a liquid, it takes a second to realize, well, either it's beer or pee.
And you got to either smell it or lick it, right? It's the only way to find out, Elvis.
There's no time to send it to
You
the
either got
lab.
to sit there and go.
Oh, God.
I'm saying, that's it, dude.
Music, so glamorous. This glamorous career you've chosen. Where are you from? Tell everyone, in your words, tell everyone your story, and what motivated you, in your opinion, to get you where you are today.
I would say that I'm from Antioch, Tennessee. My mom gave me the nickname Jelly Roll when I was a kid. My name's Jason D. Ford. I was born in Antioch, which is a little town right outside of Nashville, 20, 30 minutes on the outskirts of town. And I grew up just in a house that loved music, and all I wanted to do was make music. And I never had another thing I wanted to do but music, And this has been my whole life. I understood purpose of music when I was young. You and I spoke about it before briefly, but music resonated in my household different. I watched people deal with drug addictions by listening to music. I watched people get sober listening to music. I watched people relapse listening to music. I watched people deal with mental health and trauma and tragedy through music. It was like we had a house that we didn't talk a lot, but we throw on records. You know what I mean? So it's funny I ended up being a big talker, But that's what got me into music, and that's been my purpose from day one. Was I call it therapeutic music. It's real music for real people with real problems.
So you say, Jelly Roll, that you always wanted to be in music. Does that mean as a kid you were fantasizing about becoming a successful millionaire doing music, or just playing honky tonks anywhere USA? What did that mean to you then, being in music?
Yeah, the early dream was just honky tonks, right? Because I didn't know. They say you believe what you're exposed to. And I'd never seen success, right? So it was like I seen dudes play the local bar, and I was like, yo, if I can go play some local bars, dude, I could make some money and not have to commit nefarious criminal activities. You know what I'm saying? I was like, so I just wanted to. And then I started seeing scale. And then that's when you start going, oh, man, I'm dreaming too small. This thing could be a thing. You know what I mean? But initially the plan was just to, I guess I never even associated money with it. You know what I mean? I just associated these dudes were doing what they loved for a living. They were touching people, and they wasn't selling drugs.
There you go.
And that's what inspired me.